Atlantic Street Center's Juneteenth celebration from the Rainier Beach Plaza, Jefferson's Jumpstart concert on Beacon Hill, the Junior Football League Jamboree from Jenkins Park, and of course, we'll be live for Othello International Festival Sunday, August 14th from the Othello Park. And again, on August 20th, we will once again broadcast live from the big day of play at Rainier Playfield. If you can't be at these community celebrations in person, we will be streaming them on all broadcast media platforms. So go to our website at rainieravenueradio.world. If you missed them, you can even go back online and watch or enjoy them again. Rainier Avenue Radio celebrates the summer of 2022.
Hi, I'm Mac McGregor, the host of the You Can Make a Difference show, which airs live every Friday at 12 noon PT time. On the You Can Make a Difference show, we shine a spotlight on people who are doing amazing things to make a positive difference in our communities and in our world. We talk about what inspired them to do the work and what inspires them to keep going, how they got their start, and how you can, if it inspires you, plug into their work. We can all do something that makes a difference. So tune in every Friday at noon to the You Can Make a Difference show with Mac McGregor.
What's going on, world? It's your boy OG Mambo.
And your guy D Money. Join us along with Pint Size Patron and ID Yourself
Here on Fresh Juice at Rainier Avenue Radio.
every Wednesday hump day from 9 to 11 Pacific.
Get exclusive interviews from your favorite artists, all the hottest music, and updates on what we got going on in the world.
That's every Wednesday, 9 to 11 p.m. on Seattle's Rainier Avenue Radio.
Sa Washington, karamihan ay sang-ayon na ang ating kalsada ay ligtas pag isinangtabi ang telepono. Pero hindi ito madali. Ibahagi ang mensaheng ito. At halimbawa, bago umalis, ilagay ang telepono sa glove box. Iset sa Do Not Disturb. Hikayatin ng mga kaibigan at pamilya na gawin din ito. Dahil pag ginawa ang parte natin, ang kalsada ay ligtas para sa lahat. Sabay tayong makakarating doon. Isang mensahe mula sa Washington Traffic Safety Commission.
Rainier Avenue Radio. Rainier Avenue Radio.
Welcome to Real Estate and Money, a half-hour program on Rainier Avenue Radio.world designed to help you whether you're a buyer, seller, investor, or renter in real estate. Your hosts are two local professionals who will escort you on your journey. Violeta Strash, who has years of media advertising and marketing experience and brings this extensive knowledge to John F. Real Estate and all our clients. And Tina Lombard, who is a mortgage loan originator with guaranteed rate affinity with over 28 years of experience. And now here's Violeta and Tina.
Hello, hello. How are you?
Good. What is the background? Where are you?
It's bamboo. It's a feng shui type of thing going on here.
Oh,
yes.
Of course it is.
Yes.
And my background. So get this. This is the Browns Point Lighthouse.
Yes.
Where I moved to in this area, and to the left of the lighthouse and up in the hillside is where my house is located.
Oh, beautiful. Yes.
So next time I'll show you the view of the sound from our place, but
gorgeous.
I kind of like it.
Yes, that's gorgeous. I love it over there. I love it over there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know I go through your old neighborhood every time I come to my house.
Do you? Okay.
Right?
It's beautiful. Yes.
Decatur.
Yes. Miss it very much so.
Oh, I bet.
Yes.
But anyway, so what's going on?
Well, anyways, yeah. Well, you know what? It's the end of the year. We're going to be talking, end of the summer. So we're going to be talking about what you can do, some projects at the end of the summer to prepare you for fall. And what else we're going to be talking about today, V?
We want to let you guys in on a secret. It's not a secret because you should really be doing this. If you are renting right now, it's a good time to buy. And there's reasons why you should buy. Right, Tina?
Yes, exactly.
Really good reasons. And we will reveal all those secrets.
Yes.
Later on in the show. Okay. So shall I go ahead and start?
Yes, go ahead and start. We're going to start with the market update, and I'll come back around with mortgage rates in a second.
Okay. Here we go. For King County, the market in the past 2 weeks, We've had 902 homes that are active on the market up for sale. 738. Oh, I should say that this is for King County. Did I say that? Anyway, we're at King County. 738 homes sold at an average price of $1,168,000. Last year, it was $1,138,000, which is still an increase of 2.5% year to year. So we're still looking at good numbers here. And in July, for King County, the percent of the list price last year was 105.2% over list price, and this year we're like 106.7. So that's an increase that you're seeing at 1.5% increase from year to year. Days on the market. How many days is it going to take for your house to sell if you're a seller in this market environment? 16 days last year, so it's pretty even right now. It's 12 days on the market for this year, and that's down by only 4 days. And then the showings. If you're a seller and you're showing your house, how many? What's the percentage of shows to listing are we seeing? We're at 18 showings last year, 16 showings this year. So it's pretty even. And then the shows to pending. If you're selling your home, how many showings is it going to take before your house is going to go mutual? And that is 28 last year. This year, a little less at 23. Now, in Pierce County, we are looking at 421 homes that are actively on the market for sale. Sold 326 of those sold. $810,000 was the average cost of those homes, and last year it was $815,000. So right around 100, a little less than 100%. And then in July for Pierce County, we're looking at percentage of the list price, 105% versus 105.5%. So still really close, a little bit more this year than it was last year. Days on the market, 13 last year in July versus 11 days. And then sales to listing, 18 showings. And last year, 13.5 this year. So showings for each listing that's out there. And then showings to pending sellers, it's 24 last year. It's a little shorter this year, 19 groups that'll come through the home before you see a house pending from the listing date. And then last, we're looking at Snohomish County. For the last couple of weeks, we had 525 homes enter the market, 427 homes sold at an average price of $630,000. Last year it was $588,000. That's a 5.5% increase. July in Snohomish County, the percentage to the listing price, 103.9%. And it's about the same, 103.1% this year. So we're still seeing numbers over asking price. So that's a good sign that the market is still pretty strong. And then days on the market, 15 days versus 14 days this year. And then showings per listing is at 13 showings. And now it's a little bit quicker, 10 days. And then sales showings to pending, 19 showings last year versus 15 this past July. So there are the numbers for this week, past 2 weeks. And we'll go to Tina right now for our mortgage rate information.
Yes. Thank you. And, mortgages are very exciting this week. Interest rates went up and then we came back down. And now where are we at now? So, Daniel, I sent you that link. Would you mind bringing that up really quickly here? So as you can see, the 30-year fix has got an interest rate average around the country of 5.118. Now, of course, that's considerably down from almost a point from us reporting this about a month ago. APR 5.20, and what that means is if you take all the closing costs and everything into consideration, the final cost of funds, rate plus everything else is 5.2 average price. Now, if you go down, you'll see a 20-year fixed rate. That's at 4.78. A 15-year is at 4.444, a lucky number. And then you see a re-entry of ARMs. And we're going to talk about ARMs in just a half a second here. But your 5-year ARM is at, 5.11. I'm sorry, 7-year ARM. And the 5-year ARM is at 4.89, so on and so forth. So can you just scroll down just a little bit, Daniel, and show the actual, the graph? I know it goes down. There you go. That graph is, you can see what the rates are doing. They're kind of like, they're not making up their mind. But you see there was a peak there where it went really, really high in the 6%, and then it came back down. And as you can see, it went up just a little bit a couple of days ago. Now it's coming back down. So, the trend is, there is no trend. You see it started going upwards at June 4th. Thank you, Daniel. See how it went up. And then now it's kind of like not making up its mind. What's going on is people are just refusing to take those higher prices. They're refusing to take those higher interest rates. So the market's adjusting. If the housing market actually goes flops or goes belly up, the economy takes a substantial hit. So just to get things rolling and keep things going, and to make home buying more attractive, the rates are the cost of funds. So rates are going to start reflecting supply and demand. When people stop taking applications, the rates go down. So now if you go back up, you see that 5-year ARM right there? This is a 5-year ARM. You see the 5-year ARM is at 4.293. And the 30-year mortgage is at, there you go, Dan. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. That 30-year fixed is at, 5.11. And the 5-year ARM is at 4.619. Okay. So right now, when there is a situation where the rates are starting to go up, the fixed mortgages are the highest rate. And as you can see here, a 30-year mortgage is the highest rate. And if you go shorter amounts of time, like 10-year or 20-year, of course, the rates are going to be lower because it's a shorter amount of time and there's less risk. ARMs are what's called adjustable rate mortgages. So for example, a 5-year ARM means that the rate is going to be fixed for 5 years, and then it'll start adjusting. Now, classically, those ARMs are a lot lower because if you're only going to stay in your house for 3 or 4 years, why pay a 5.1 rate when if you're going to be in your house for 5 years, you can pay a 4.89 or 4.619 rate. So in times where rates are normalized and rates are like 7%, ARMs are going to be placed around 5, 6 or 4. So it makes a lot of sense. Right now, you can still get an adjustable rate that's a lot lower than a 30-year fixed. But I'll ask you a question. Last month, the rates were 6.125. The adjustable rates were at, 5.5%. Wouldn't you be kicking yourself right now if you lock that adjustable rate at 5.5 and now the 30-year mortgage is at 5.118? So right now, the interest rates for ARMs, they seem pretty good, but I would hate to have you 2 months from now wake up and you have a 30-year mortgage, which is below that 4.619 rate, and then you're going to be very upset at yourself. So right now, adjustable rate mortgages do seem good, but because everything is so volatile, they may not make such a good decision. So stick with the 30-year, still at 5.125, a 30-year, it really is very unbeatable. So that is my update for the mortgage market.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's super. Can you, how's my lighting? I have to ask you guys my lighting and the sound because I am actually doing this outside.
Oh.
I can't do anything inside right now.
Oh, it looks good. Yeah, sounds good.
I mean, okay.
Daniel,
I just want to make sure. And I was watching this falcon walking across my yard.
I'm filming over here.
Yeah, excuse me. You're distracting me. I'm not listening to the mortgage information. Sorry.
Okay.
So anyway, what time is it? Should we go on a quick break and then we'll come back and talk about renters? Okay.
Tune in to Real Estate and Money every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3 here on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Join your hosts Violeta Strash with John L. Scott Kent North and Tina Lombard with Guaranteed Rate Affinity. They'll help you navigate the waters of our volatile real estate market and offer you some guidance on how to make your hard-earned money work to make your dreams come true. Learn about current trends, get tips on financial matters, and have fun, interactive discussions about your home inside and out. That's Real Estate and Money.
Great.
Welcome back, everyone. Here we are.
Mm-hmm. So V, go ahead. Let's talk about renting versus buying.
Yeah, we're going to do a little role play here. Tina will be herself, the mortgage lender, and I'm going to be a renter who has a lot of questions about the market and what I should do. Okay, so
Yes.
Here we go. And I'll just go by V.
Okay. Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm a little confused because my broker actually told me I should call you. You're the expert on all things mortgage and money and all this stuff. And I don't know if I should really. She wants me to buy a house.
Okay.
And I don't know if I can really afford it. If I should do that right now in this market. I've been a renter for a while, and I'm thinking I should. I asked her to help me with finding a rental place, and she says, "Oh no. And let me get you to Tina because she'll explain why buying is a better option for you."
Mm-hmm.
So,
right.
Can you tell me why I should be buying instead of renting?
Well, first of all, when you're renting, you don't really own anything when you're renting. And so you're paying a lot of money for something that you don't own or you'll never own. But what's so sad about it is that somebody owns that and somebody is getting the appreciation on that. So if you rent right now, let's say you're paying $2,000 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment, 2 years from now, you have nothing to show for that except rent. However, if you buy a house, let's say you bought a house for $450,000. And 2 years from now, that house may very well be worth $525,000, if not more, in this hot market. So in that span of 2 years, you would have made $125,000 in appreciation, which is $60,000 a year, which is $5,000 a month. So do you make that much a year? I don't know, but I would take a part-time job for $5,000 a month a year. So your house, actually, if you own your house, you're paying yourself income. When you're renting, you're paying a landlord's mortgage so they can earn that $125,000 in 2 years.
But then I don't have to worry about, the property taxes. I don't have to worry about upkeep on the house. They have to take care of a lot of that, right?
Oh, no, you don't have to worry about property taxes at all because you're paying the landlord's property taxes. So you don't have to worry about it. Oh, yeah. Do you think that a landlord is really going to rent a house to you for $3,000 and his mortgage is more than that? Usually when the landlord is making rent, there is a positive cash flow. So guess what? His mortgage is lower than your rent. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about taxes, insurance. You don't have to worry about none of that because guess what? You're paying that for the landlord. So when you own a house, not only do you have appreciation and you have value, you also have that tax write-off. And a lot of people don't know this, but when you do pay a mortgage, the government allows you to write off that mortgage interest. And some people could be paying $13,000, $16,000, $20,000, $25,000 a year just in mortgage interest. So you'll have to talk to your tax accountant, but there is an income benefit. There's tax benefit when you own your house. Now, when you're paying rent, well, congratulations, Mr. Landlord, because guess what? Your mortgage is being paid for, your taxes are being paid for, your insurance is being paid for, your maintenance, everything. And guess what? 2 years from now, that renter just paid for everything, and you're sitting on some island drinking a tequila sunrise or something. And guess what, Mr. or Mrs. Renter? You are still renting. So a lot of people gain a lot of wealth in homes. I bought my house about 30 years ago. 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I bought a house, and I gained $350,000 from that house. I bought a house here in Colorado. I made $450,000 in 2 years. Okay. If I was paying rent, I was paying rent at $2,800 a month for 1,100 square feet. I got 5,400 square feet. My payments were $1,600 a month. Okay, where's the math? And the math on that, yeah. I put enough money down and I pay my taxes and insurance separate. So it's nothing. It's nothing. So I would say for the renters out there, if you're just assuming that rent is better, it's an assumption. You need to get yourself in front of somebody and find out what your finances are and if you can really afford a mortgage. And if you can afford a mortgage, then go ahead and get the mortgage. Renting will get you nowhere. Before you know it, boom, you're 50. Boom, you're 60. Boom, you're 65. And what retirement do you have? You may have your TSP. You may have your 401k. But real estate is a very, very lucrative commodity that you could easily have saved up for if you had bought earlier. So get yourself in front of a loan officer, find out what you qualify for, and see if you can buy that house. It is a much better buy and a much easier way to go than to pay rent continually and gain not that much.
But you talked about insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Renters insurance is so cheap, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? If
why
you're
would I want
paying,
to pay
yeah.
insurance for a house? Why would I want to do that?
Well, renter's insurance is just that. It's renter's insurance. I mean, the landlord has got the main insurance. I mean, you're not paying nothing. You don't get nothing. Yeah, you're saving, what, $80 a month because you don't pay regular insurance. And that landlord is getting paid, is increasing value $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month. You really think that your $80 a month you're saving from not paying insurance compares to the thousands of dollars a month you could be gaining in equity? Doesn't make any sense. If your credit is in such a way where you cannot afford to buy, then figure out what it is to get that credit to a certain point where you can buy a house. But you're not doing yourself any good when you've got land. We're in America. Okay, you can buy land. It was years before people of color could buy property, and Filipinos actually in Washington State. It was years before women could buy property. We're in a land of opportunity right now. There's plenty of land out there for us to buy. If it's not in inner Seattle, maybe it's Unicla, maybe it's Tacoma, maybe it's Olympia. Who knows? But go and find some land. If you can rent, you can buy. Okay. Well, and the only thing that will prevent you is down payment or bad credit.
Okay. Talking about that, I think I have pretty good credit. My credit scores, I was told, was about 580. And then my husband, he's got better credit than I do. I don't know what it is, but and then he did lose his job during the pandemic. He got COVID and he lost his job, but now he's been working here and stuff. Do you think we would be able to qualify for a home?
Okay. So I'm going to give you a synopsis. There are 6 things that we call the 6 C's of credit, and that would be like character, capacity, capital, collateral, conditions. One of the things is you have to have the want and desire to actually work. If your credit is bad, it's because either you're not working or you're overexerting your expenses. So you're doing something a little wacko there that makes you a risk. Okay. So, if your credit is bad because of health or something like that, I can understand that. And hey, you can always fix your credit. It takes 30 days. It takes a year. You can always fix your credit. You got to start somewhere.
What is it supposed to be? Is my credit score too low?
Well, FHA and some VA sometimes don't even have a credit score floor. And a lot of lenders can go down to 580, some can go down to 500 on FHA or government loans. If you are under 550, 500, something traumatic has really happened, but you could always recover and clear up your credit. So let us be the judge of what your credit is. A lot of times people say, I've got horrible credit, and I pull up like a 585 because they just have to pay off something, and then now their credit score is 620. So let us be the judge of what is good or bad credit.
So if I'm paying about $2,400 a month for rent, is that a good, could I get into a house if I'm consistent with that? I haven't missed a payment. Does that look good? Okay.
Possibly. I mean, it has to do with, of course, your credit score and how much money you make and how much debt you're carrying.
Okay.
But here's the thing. A lot of people think, if I don't pay my mortgage, they're going to take my house. Okay. But if you don't pay rent, they're going to kick you out. Okay. If you don't pay your mortgage, you may have $80,000 or $30,000 with equity. So they kick you out, or you sell your house and you grab the equity. So a lot of people think I can't afford a house. What happens if I don't make the payments? Well, if you don't make the payments on rent, not only do you get kicked out or evicted, you're going to go somewhere else and it's going to show you never paid that other person rent. So you're going to be searching for rent forever. If you buy a house for whatever reason, you should default. you may have equity. You still have got some type of a safety net if you own the house.
Really?
Yeah. So people say, I don't know, things may go all right. I won't be able to pay. We're going to pay whether you're renting or mortgage. But I tell you what, it's a lot easier to have equity in a house if you should not have money to pay than it is to just be kicked out on the street.
Yeah. Plus, I know our rent is going to go up. I was told recently. So I need to do something.
Yeah. We'll fix your loan for 30 years. Of course, the property taxes and insurance may waiver, but we will fix your loan for 30 years. So that's a lot of people don't understand that. You may start off with a $2,000 a month lease, and a year and a half later, you're at $2,800. Yes.
Maybe I should think about renting. So how long will it take for you to tell me? I need to actually be out of my house the apartment in a couple of months.
It takes about 10 minutes to fill out the application. It takes me about 15 minutes to go through your credit. It takes us about 24 hours to verify your assets and everything else. You buy the house, we can close a loan in 21 days. Average is 21 days, 14 to 30 days, but 21 days is the average. And you can get out. So if you need to leave by October, you need to leave by November, you need to start looking right now. So so you can do it very quick. It doesn't take 18 months. It doesn't take 6 months. It doesn't take 3 months. It takes very quickly to get you a house nowadays.
Okay. Could you send me the information then on how to apply?
Yes, absolutely. I'll send you a link and I'll have all the information on how to apply and any other type of loan programs you have and a mortgage calculator. We'll get that out to you.
Okay. And then, so my broker was right in saying that I should probably buy instead of continue to rent, right?
Yes. Only if they care about you would a good broker say you need to get in front of a loan officer quickly. Mm-hmm.
Plus, she said at my age, I should probably start building equity for myself.
And this is the fear. A lot of women, a lot of men, they think that because they're in their 50s, it's too late to get equity. That's what they think. No, it's not. It's not. I mean, I made more money in the last 3 years on my house than I had in the last 25 years on my other houses. So that's a misdemeanor. 2 or 3 months into a house, you may be making equity. So don't think it's too late. You missed the boat. You did not miss the boat.
Okay. There's hope for me.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, I hope that answers some of you renters' questions because, it's an ideal time to buy. There's a lot of listings out there right now. And we're seeing a number of multiple offer deals coming through. And but it's still a good time because those people, we're back to school. Inventory is going to be low. And we'll find you the right place, and Tina will qualify you or hopefully approve you for the right amount, and then we'll go take a look and see what's out there for you and your family.
Mm-hmm. And what's nice is, when you do buy a house or you decide to buy, I would say keep it confidential. Between you and your broker and your loan officer. A lot of times when you tell your family, your friends, your neighbors, your best friend, everybody in the world, everybody's got some piece of advice to give you, and not all of them are licensed to give you the right advice. So they'll say, oh, these interest rates are crazy. I would never touch it. Oh, you don't have enough money to put down. I would never do that. Don't go around asking your friends and family for advice, because if they're not licensed professional, they may head you down the wrong path. So if you are looking to buy a house, you don't need to tell the whole world. If I decide to dye my hair blue, I don't need to tell the whole world, get everybody to, everybody's permission. Same thing with buying a house. You need to keep it confidential because people give a lot of advice that they are not worthy to give, and they will steer you in the wrong direction, especially your family.
Yep. That's what my mom said.
Yeah.
I shouldn't buy, mortgage rates are too high. You should wait. You should wait for a year or two.
Yeah. Wait till it goes down. Right? Yeah. Let's go down to like 3. Wait till it goes down to 2.5%.
Yeah.
No. Just you get it now. So don't ask for advice from people who aren't in the business every day, because they will steer you in the wrong direction. That's just my advice. That's my experience.
And you've been in the business for almost 30 years, right?
Yeah.
So
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Seen a lot of ups and downs, but I tell you what, I've got clients who bought 4 or 5 houses through me. And just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger houses. They're buying investment properties, and they're just, they're young. But get yourself a good loan up. It's like getting a good hairstylist. You keep going back to the same people. keeps growing your hair out. You keep looking better and better. So find yourself a good realtor and everything else.
That would be me. And
There you
Tina is
go.
the mortgage part of this business.
Yes.
Let's just wrap it up. Sorry, time's up.
Mhm.
Isn't that amazing? Time's
It
up.
is. Yes.
Thank you all for joining us today on Real Estate and Money and Rainier Avenue Radio.world. And we look forward to seeing you again next week, 2:30 on Tuesday. Thanks. Thanks, Tina.
Bye-bye.
You've been
Thanks.
listening
Thanks,
to
Tina.
Real Estate and Money with your hosts, Violeta Strash and Tina Lombard. For more information, call 206-717-4490. That's 206-717-4490. Go to the Rainier Avenue Radio.world website to find the Real Estate and Money schedule, or tune into our live show every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3. We will help you find your dream home.